Mr. Cox, on behalf of his own group.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. My group sincerely deplores what is happening in Ukraine. One of our bigger member states is in a deep crisis for many, many years. Part of the country is illegally annexed by Russia. Another part in Donbas does not recognize the legitimacy of the government in Kiev, which ordered unacceptable harsh military action against the revolt in that region. Thousands of people, many of them civilians, have died, many more injured. Houses, public buildings and infrastructure demolished. The ceasefire is fragile, things could explode again. The rest of the country suffers from mass unemployment, a growing gap between the very rich and the very poor, an endemic corruption, a dependent judiciary, unbalanced economic and political power of oligarchs, powerful extremist battle groups, political violence, an unstable government and a malfunctioning parliament. I know, Madam President, not everybody likes this description, but I invite those colleagues to show facts which would prove that I am mistaken. Ukraine is in a deep crisis, and acknowledging this can be the beginning of solving it. Let me be clear, my group favours all efforts to help Ukraine to overcome all these problems. A stable and functioning Ukraine where rule of law is the foundation, democracy works and human rights are respected is first and foremost at the interest of 45 million citizens of Ukraine, but also to the interests of the rest of a stable Europe. Therefore, I salute the efforts of our Secretary General to be more involved in Ukraine. This Council of Europe can do a lot to help Ukraine. Too many politicians, Madam President, in Ukraine use the conflict in the east of the country as an excuse to do far too less to address the big catastrophes which ruin the country, and too many politicians in the rest of Europe buy this excuse. They call themselves friends of Ukraine, but they act in an irresponsible way. We here should say to our Ukrainian colleagues, stop hiding behind the excuses, start acting as responsible representatives of the electorate. Stop adopting irresponsible laws as the banning of an ideology and the denial of dark aspects of another ideology. Stop attempts to ban one political party and allow other political forces to violate human rights. Stop the wave of political murders in Ukraine. Start paying respect to the core values of this Council of Europe, to which you have committed your country to. Too many things, Madam President, have gotten out of hand in the years after Ukraine became independent. It is the political class which is first and foremost responsible for this, together with the oligarchs who rule and ruin the country. Foreign intervention in Ukrainian affairs has not helped the country. As I said earlier, Russia, the European Union, NATO and the United States bear a heavy responsibility for what went wrong in Ukraine. We should acknowledge that. In this assembly of the Council of Europe, if it wants to be relevant, we should not close our eyes for everything that is going wrong in Ukraine. Only with our eyes wide open, we will be able to assist the country to a sustainable future, peace and prosperity. My group will support every effort from the Council of Europe and its organs to give peace and prosperity for all in Ukraine a real chance. But it is the Ukrainians themselves who now are responsible and should act in order to provide a better future for all. Thank you very much.